What up, everybody? I am a dab of everything, and today our topic is my favorite guitars. And I got 48 of them for you. I was going to do a top 10 list, but then I just I'm just going to put every guitarist that affected me in some way or is a good guitarist that I have never been able to get into, but I put them on the list because they're still technically good guitarists in the end. I just couldn't get into their music. And don't get offended on some of them because some of them are pretty fucking big deal to a lot of people. But okay, my favorite guitars, we'll start with my favorite guitars. Favorite guitarist on this entire planet would definitely go straight to Steve Hillage. If you don't know who Steve Hillage is, he was just a progressive rock singer and guitarist from the 70s. Very Pink Floyd trippy, way more upbeat than Pink Floyd, but got the Pink Floyd psychedelic sound. And then of course number 2 would go to David Gilmour of Pink Floyd. Duh. And then 3 would be Jerry Reed because fucking that's all I play. And 4 would be Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath. 4 part 2 would be Randy Rhoads for Ozzy Osbourne. 4 part 3 would be Zakk Wylde for Ozzy Osbourne and Black Label Society. Yes. 5 would be Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin / the Yardbirds. 6 would be Alex Lifeson of Rush. 8 would be Stevie Ray Vaughan of Stevie Ray Vaughan. The best blues guitarist to ever exist in my opinion. And then 7, very, very underrated guitarist in my opinion. A lot of people talk mad trash on him, but definitely would go to Kurt Cobain. I love Kurt Cobain. People underestimate him, like his riffs were simple as hell, and no. I play a lot of Nirvana songs on guitar, and I tell you what, Kurt Cobain was very good at guitar. He knew what he was doing, and he did lots and lots of complex stuff with the guitar, and I have a lot of respect for him. 9 would go straight to Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits, and then 10 would be Slash of Guns N' Roses, and I'm not a big fan of Slash, to be honest. I love Guns N' Roses, but I'm not a fan of Slash himself. 11 would be George Harrison of the Beatles. He was a multi-instrumentalist. He played every instrument in the book just as well as he played everything he played. He was a great musician, and that's why I love George Harrison. 12 would go to Scotty Moore, Elvis Presley's guitarist, and he was the technical first ever rock guitarist to ever come out, which you just gotta have respect for that, man. Roy Clark would be number 13. He was just a famous guitar god from the 50s and 60s. And there's Buddy Guy and B.B. King, the 2 most legendary blues guitarists to ever live, right next to Stevie Ray Vaughan. And then we got Roy Harper, and he's a badass slide guitar player with a 12-string dobro. Yeah, it's badass. And then 17 would go to Joe Walsh of the Eagles. 18 and 19 I put Steve Vai, Yngwie Malmsteen, and I can't get into them, but they're just amazing guitarists in general, so I put them on the list. And Jeff Beck, and we got Eric Clapton from Cream, and then we got Eric Johnson. He's mainly known for Cliffs of Dover, and I've actually gotten to play a Pearl White Strat that was held and signed by him before, which was badass. And then 23 we go to Dick Dale, the king of the surf guitar. And we got 24, Carlos Santana, and that motherfucker was just as smooth as it gets. And then 25, this is a big one that people don't like me on, Jimi Hendrix. And I do not like Jimi Hendrix. I never have, never will. I've never liked his style. I've always thought he was beyond overrated, and he is not close to the greatest guitarist to ever live. Sorry, but he is a good guitarist in the end, so he's on the list. And then next we got Eddie Van Halen. I do not like the band Van Halen, but I love and bow down to Eddie. And then 27 we got Keith Richards. I'm not a big fan of the Rolling Stones, but he has many famous riffs, so I put him on there, and he's also just, that motherfucker's still alive and not dead from drugs years ago. And we got Chuck Berry. Very overrated guitarist in my opinion. Almost every one of his songs is just the same thing over and over and over again. I'll never understand how he got as famous as he did. His only good song was fucking Johnny Be Good, and in my opinion. And then 29 and 30 we got Dwayne and Greg Allman from the Allman Brothers Band. And 31 I put Brian May of Queen because I love his classical style. 32 Frank Zappa. He was just twisted as shit. 33 Robert Johnson gotta put him on the list. That's the man of the crossroads. He fucking sold his soul to the devil to play the blues. He started blues that was worth people's time. And we got Angus Young of AC/DC. I love Angus Young, but I hate AC/DC. I like a few of their songs, but almost every one of their songs sound exactly the same. No variety. Joe Perry of Aerosmith. I bow down to him. He is badass at what he does. Kirk Hammett and James Hetfield of Metallica. I hate Metallica with a passion. Never been able to get into them, but both of them were also good guitarists, so they're on the list. Then we got Robbie Krieger from The Doors, and he just did. He was his own style. He was very, very original in my opinion. Then we got Steve Jones of the Sex Pistols, and I just love Anarchy in the UK. And we got Paul Simon of Simon and Garfunkel, and he's an amazing, super underrated guitarist, very good at finger picking. And then we got Buddy Holly, one of the first greats. And then I did make a top 10 list for my top 10 favorite guitarists 1990 and up. Technically 1989 and up. First, we'll definitely go to Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine. 2, we'll go to Matt Bellamy of Muse, which is a 2000s band. That's the second newest guitarist I have on here. And then 3, we'll go to Derek Trucks from the Tedeschi Trucks band. I think that's how you pronounce it. And he's just beyond my favorite slide guitarist. And we got Jake Kiska. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. And he's the lead guitarist for Greta Van Fleet, which is a brand new band that just came out a few years ago, and they're making it pretty damn big, and they sound a lot like Led Zeppelin. And then I don't know if Chris Cornell is like the full-on lead guitarist of his band Soundgarden, but I love Chris Cornell's guitar work, and I do know he could play guitar. And so Chris Cornell's Soundgarden will go down as number 5. And then 6, Buckethead, because he's like the Steve Vai of today. And then we got Joe Bonamassa. He's been around since 1989, so that's why it can't be used as 1990 and up. But Joe Bonamassa, he's technically the best guitarist alive right now, but Steve Vai is just the best. And then we got Roger Stevens of Blind Melon. And then the next 2 are people I know personally, I'm very close to, and they're very great people, and that would be Matt Reeves and Cole Reeves. And them 2 motherfuckers are crazy at what they do. I have so much respect for them guys. They play nothing but classic country, but they can outplay every motherfucker I just named on this list, and that's why I saved them for last. And I wish y'all knew who they were. I really do. But yeah, those are my inspirations on guitar, and I hope you enjoyed. And who are your favorite guitarists? Tell me in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I am a dab of everything, and peace out.